Is it humid where you are? It's humid where I am, but it seems to be the vibe of early June these days. And then nobody knows what's going to happen for July and August. We're all just holding on to our who knows what. Um, well, these guys are ready for class, so let's get started. Saturday morning vinyasa. And I'd like to start seated if that's comfortable for you. Of course, if it's not comfortable, you could lay down onto your back or take any other shape that feels like you can be there for a few minutes breathing deeply. So we'll do a little bit of focus on the breath before we move our body this morning. Breath being pranayama. And the breath being, when you look at the word pranayama, which is what we call breath, it's not just the breath itself, it's the control of energy throughout the entire body. And the breath is kind of how we become aware of the energy within our body, what's going on, what's not going on, where do we feel stuck, where do we feel free, all of these different sensations that come up throughout class. So the breath being important, of course, because it brings good things to our physical body, but it also brings awareness to the mental body and then helps to connect the two, which is really what I think of as the energetics in the body, is that mind-body connection that we talk about. There's got to be some energy in there to make that connection. So that's kind of the magic of the prana, if you will, and hence the pranayama or the breathing. So let's take our palms face up today and touch together the first finger and the thumb, extending the other three fingers. You can either spread your other three fingers out or glue them together. So your choice, whether they're spread apart or glued together, but try to keep them active. So you're touching the first finger and the thumb together. The other three fingers are extended actively. And you can keep the elbows soft or you can straighten your arms as long as the shoulders feel comfortable here. Maybe close the eyes or bring the gaze to a point beyond the tip of the nose, and then start to breathe in and out of your own nose, fully, completely in control of every moment of the inhale and every moment of the exhale. As you draw the air in and out of the nose, see if you can fill the lungs. Maybe a slight vibration or constriction, some control at the back of the throat, creating that ocean-like sound for our Ujjayi pranayama. And just notice where the breath is expanding in the torso. So as the breath expands, see if you can engage at Mula Bandha a bit here. So pulling the pelvic floor up and away from the ground below, drawing the belly button just lightly in towards the spine, and the breath will then begin to move into the rib cage. So the rib cage expanding side to side, front to back, up and down with every inhale. And on the exhale, it's really completely exhaling and feeling that centering or grounding on the exhale. Filling each lung like balloons in 3 dimensions on the inhale and emptying them completely on each exhale. We'll stay here for just a few more breaths. Ujjayi pranayama is that controlled deep breathing in and out of the nose. Ujjayi means victorious or triumphant. So the victory is that mind-body connection. That's the victory we're looking for, that connection, awareness. Perhaps one of those words is a great intention for the practice today: connection, awareness. Again, we often use the words being here now. 3 more of your deepest and most intentional breaths so far, bringing in your own intention if there's a word that speaks louder to you than connection, awareness, presence. Noticing what pulls you away from the practice physically and mentally, and returning back to that connection, bringing yourself back, creating that awareness. That's why it's practice, returning, and returning again to what it is that we're doing. On the next exhale, you can tuck your chin down towards your chest and open up your eyes. Release the connection of the fingers. You can just relax the fingers here. Inhale to bring the gaze forward. Nice. And then reach the right hand off to the right side. Take your left arm up and around the head, and then pull the right ear away from the right shoulder. So that whole right side of the neck and arm are getting a stretch. You can leave your fingers on the floor, or you could lift your right hand and gently turn your palm forward and upward, and then rotate it the opposite way, twisting a little bit here. Breath stays steady, as much oomph or as little effort as you want in the top hand. Length through the hand, reaching out. Releasing the right hand to the floor. Inhale, the left hand reaches up and back down next to the left side of the body. Inhale, the right arm up and around the head, reaching towards the opposite ear, and then pulling the left side of the head away from the shoulder, stretching that left side. You can leave those fingertips grounded or lift the hand and rotate through the length of the arm in any direction that feels good. Keep your breath steady in and out of the nose. And then releasing the left hand to the floor. Inhale, the right arm rises and both hands return to the floor. So you can either take the hands right next to your hips, pressing the palms down, fingers face forward, or you can walk your hands a few inches back, leaning back a little bit, pressing the hands down, and then maybe lifting the chest. Any variation you like, you can lift the chest and drop the head back if it's comfortable, breathing in and out of the nose. Nice. Inhale, return to center. Engage at Mula Bandha. Pelvic floor stays active. Breath stays steady. We'll begin to travel from the seat forward onto our hands and our knees. Finding a neutral spine here, you could take some cat-cow motion. So as you inhale, lifting and opening through the front side of the body, exhaling to round through the back side of the spine. And then from here, you could continue with that inhale and exhale. Well, you should continue with the inhale and the exhale, but you might change the movement if you like to mix up the movement at all. Find something that works for you. Breath, one inhale to one exhale, finding connection, awareness, and presence. Two or three more breaths here, noticing when the mind wanders, where does it go? Bring it back to the breath. And then spreading the fingers, tucking the toes under, lift the knees. Make your way towards the downward facing dog. You can walk out the feet here, shake out the head and neck. Continue with the breath as you find Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Steadying the gaze, finding a steady drishti as the head hangs here. And as you inhale, gently start to walk your hands backwards towards your feet. So bending at the knees, coming into a soft forward fold over two bent knees. Uttanasana, standing here. You might hold opposite elbows. You might sway side to side or find some stillness. You could hold toes or step on top of the hands. Find fullness in the inhale, fullness in the exhale. And as you release on an exhale, hands can come to the floor, crawl forward again to a high plank, dropping the knees when you get there. At next exhalation, untuck the toes, bend the elbows, lowering down. Inhale, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here, in and out of the nose, fullness of the breath, coming back to intention. And then as you inhale, look towards your thumbs, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Exhale, folding nose towards the knee. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands by the sides or at heart center. Inhale, hands reach up, look up at the thumb. Exhale, forward fold, hands coming to the floor. Inhale, look up and lengthen through heart center. Exhale, walking or hopping, Chaturanga Dandasana. The elbows stay close as you lower down. Inhale, shoulders back first, heart is forward. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Excuse me. Next inhalation, looking up at the thumbs, walk or hop the feet forward to the hands. Exhale, fold the nose towards knees. Inhale, rise up, reach up, maybe look up. And exhale, Samastitihi. We'll take one more Surya Namaskar A like that. Inhaling, hands rise up to reach up. Exhaling, forward fold, hands towards the floor. Inhale, look up, open the chest. Exhale, walk or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift the chest, open up the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Steady the gaze, steady the mind. Spreading the fingers wide, hands are really connected to that earth, so finding connection in all parts of the practice. As you inhale, look up, walk or hop the feet forward. Exhale, nose towards your knees. Inhale, rising for Urdhva Hastasana, hands overhead. Exhale, Samastitihi. We'll take Surya Namaskara B 2 times now. Inhale, Utkatasana, knees bend, hands come high. Exhale, forward fold, hands towards the floor. Inhale, look up to lengthen, open the heart. Exhale, walk or hop through Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows bending. Inhale, lift the chest, open up the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog for transition. So stepping right foot forward, warrior one as you rise on the inhale. Exhale, lower down through Chaturanga. A fullness in the breath, inhale. It's been a while since we've done these in Vinyasa. Exhale. Left foot forward as you inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Fingers spread wide. Inhale. And exhale, 5 breaths. Down dog, you can always take child's pose or any alternative you prefer. Listen to the body. Find connection and awareness here. Next inhalation, look at the thumbs, walking or hopping feet to hands. Exhaling to fold, nose to knees. Knees bend as you rise, Utkatasana, hands coming high. Exhale, Samastitihi. One more like that. Inhale, Utkatasana, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up, spread the fingers, plant the hands. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Right foot will step forward, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, coming down. With control, follow the breath. Left foot will step forward next. Inhaling. Exhaling, moving through Vinyasa. Five breaths. Next inhalation, looking up at the thumbs, walk or hop the feet forward. Exhale, fold, nose towards knees. Utkatasana as you rise, inhaling the knees bend, hands high. Exhale, Samastitihi. Nice. Inhale the feet apart. We'll turn the hips side to side for washing machine, maybe gazing over the shoulder as you twist, moving a lot or moving a little, your choice. Trying to use that steering center of the pelvis, so lower abdominals. Center space is driving the motion. Breath continues in and out of the nose. Next time you come to center, you can stop that twist and either keeping the feet parallel or crossing the right foot over the left. You can come onto the right tippy toes or flatten the right foot. Feet parallel or right leg crossed over left. Either way, notice the hips turning to the side if they do, and try to hold them parallel towards the front edge of the mat. Inhaling, hands high, both legs active, especially the left one behind. I'm grabbing onto my left wrist. You can keep the elbows bent a little bit here as you lean over to the right side. So that left side body from left pinky toe to left pinky finger is long. Maybe open the chin and chest. Again, don't worry about how far you tip over to the side, but how long you are through that side body. How much space you can create, finding connection here with the breath. And then inhaling back to center, exhale, hands come to the hips. Notice that they're still squaring towards the front of the mat, belly pulls in, and then try to come onto the tippy toes or even lift the right leg, bending that left knee. You can sit with, not actually sit, pretend sit with the right leg crossed over the left, or wrap the leg one more time. So if you hadn't crossed the leg in front, you could just try that as well. Now we're standing maybe only on left foot, right leg crossed over or wrapped around. Inhale the arms out wide. Right arm crosses over left. You can hug the shoulders or wrap the hands. If you wrap the hands, the fingers can reach up to the sky. Maybe tailbone drops a bit closer to the floor. Belly draws into the spine. Find the breath here. Garudasana. After all that movement, all that flow, finding some stillness in the body, but movement still with the breath. And then gently unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs, both feet parallel on the mat. And take a breath here. When you feel ready, left foot crosses over right, or feet stay parallel for the side body stretch. Anywhere you like here. Check that the hips can be semi-even here. Active at lower abdominals as you inhale, hands rise up, grab onto the right wrist, soften elbows and shoulders, leaning to the left side. So now we're stretching that right side body, staying active through any legs that are straight. Maybe opening chin, chest, and gaze towards the sky. And as you inhale, lengthening back to center space, exhale, hands return to the hips for stability. So we'll set up the base first, coming onto the tippy toes of the left foot, maybe bending your standing leg, the right leg, crossing the left knee over, and or wrapping the left foot around the right. You can stay here or add in the arms. Left elbow crosses over right, holding your shoulders or wrapping the hands around one another. Find the breath here. Find length and space to breathe. Ujjayi pranayama, in and out of the nose, connection and awareness here. Unwrapping the arms and unwrapping the legs, feet close together near the front of your yoga mat. As you inhale, reach the hands up high, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, hands towards the floor. Inhale there, look up. Exhale, walk up to plank, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, child's pose or down dog. Your choice will stay for 5 breaths. In and out of the nose. Filling on every inhale, emptying on every exhale. Inhale, looking forward. If you're, well, wherever you are, let's transition to a hands and knees shape, tabletop. And then stepping the right foot forward. You can stay in a kind of lunge with the hips lifted, or you can step your right foot further forward, allowing the hips to come lower, your choice. And then once you get into the low lunge, we'll leave the left knee on the floor, right foot is forward. You can either come to hands at the knee, hands at the heart, or hands overhead, your choice. Find your breath. Low lunge of your choice, breathing in and out of the nose, lifting at pelvic floor. From here, bringing both hands to the inside edge of the right foot. See if you can walk your right foot off to the side a little bit. So both hands have space to plant here for lizard lunge. You could drop your chest towards the floor. You could also take your right foot and roll onto the outside edge of the foot if that feels good. Whatever works for you, staying in a lizard variation of this lunge with the hands at center, right foot to right side. Of course, low lunge variation of your choice is always welcomed. Here we'll flatten the right foot. If it's not flat already, step into that right foot, walking it back towards center. So hands frame the foot, and then tucking the toes behind you, lift the hips. We'll step onto the right foot. We did this warrior 3 variation the other day, so you could come onto the fingertips, lifting the back leg. Or if you wanted to try a bind today, you could bend the left knee, left heel to butt, and then reach back with the right hand. Maybe stay in this warrior 3 variation, or take it towards a standing split variation as you forward fold, dropping the nose towards the right knee. Find your breath. Mula Bandha, that root lock. If the right hand is behind the back, return it to the floor and then gently step the left foot behind you, coming now to a warrior two on the rise. So inhale to rise up to a warrior two, open hips, shoulders to face the long edge of the mat as well as the arms. And then keeping that front knee over the ankle, gaze over your right fingertips. Find your breath. And then flipping the front palm, reaching the left hand back, reach up. You can stay in a straight reach up with that right arm, or you can take more of a back bend, reaching behind you. Use your back hand on your back leg for support. That might make the rest of the posture more enjoyable. Find your favorite variation. 3 more breaths here. And then inhale, rising through warrior two. Exhale, hands come down, stepping through chaturanga, elbows bend. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, head hangs or chin tuck, coming back to intention. And then as you inhale, lift the heels, coming onto your tippy toes. Exhale, drop the knees. Here we are at tabletop, stepping the left foot forward between the hands, low lunge of your choice. You can have any amount of bend in the knees, any height in the hips. If you can, finding a low lunge where maybe you could lift the hands from the floor, bringing hands to the knee or heart or overhead. Your choice, low lunge. Few breaths here on side 2, left foot forward. As you exhale, bringing the hands down, now walking the left foot over to the side so both hands can come inside. For a lizard lunge variation, you can stay on hands, fists, or forearms. You can also roll onto the outer edge of the left foot if that's okay, through the ankle, knee, and hip joint. Find your breath here, lizard lunge, side 2. And then gently rising through the chest, walking that left foot back to center. Find the breath. Remember intention here as you slowly tuck the toes under behind you, lift the knee, coming forward for that warrior 3 variation. So you can lift the back leg parallel or in that direction. You can also bend the right knee and reach back with the left hand to see if you can find heel to bum. Final option would be a forward fold. That can happen whether you're bound or not. Reaching the left leg a little higher, dropping nose towards left knee. Finding your breath here, in and out. Ujjayi Pranayama, Mula Bandha, root lock. And gently inhale to lift the gaze, releasing both hands to the floor. Stepping now the right foot back behind you for a warrior 2. So set up that back foot first, opening the hips as you rise, shoulders follow, and then the arms reach out to a T shape. holding the left knee over the ankle. Breathing deeply here. Soften the shoulders, reach through the arms. Remember, intention here. We'll have the option to reverse warrior. So flipping the front palm and then reaching the right hand back to hold on to the leg. Left arm can reach straight up or start to slide back into a little back bend here. Your choice. Reverse warrior, second side. Inhale, coming forward through warrior two, exhaling, hands to the floor for chaturanga, elbows bending. Inhale, upward facing dog. Nice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg here. Exhale, right foot steps forward. Now crawl your hands over towards the left side, long side of the mat, feet parallel and wide. As you inhale, look up and lengthen through the chest. Exhale, fold. Feet parallel or toes turning slightly in towards each other. Head hangs or chin tucks, anything you want with your arms. Legs stay active, especially if they're straight. Inhale to look up, coming up halfway. Exhale, hands meet the hips. Inhale, rise up all the way. Perfect. Exhale, the heels turn in. Next, exhale, knees bend, hands come onto the knees. So you can allow some weight to fall into your hands. The shoulders might shrug a little bit, still active at the core. On an exhale, drop your right shoulder, look up over the left. Inhale, back to center. It's like you're wringing out a wet towel. Exhale, twist to the right, looking over the shoulder, dropping that left side down, and then inhale back to center. Take your time, side to side here. One more deep breath to both sides. Next time you come through center on an inhale, straighten out your legs standing up tall and bring the feet to parallel. Again, for that wide-legged forward fold, final variation here. Interlace the fingers behind you to a fist or keep the hands on the hips if that's more comfortable. As you inhale, look up, open heart center. As you exhale, forward fold one more time, any amount that feels good. Find the deepness of the breath. Remember the intention here. And gently inhale, rising up nice and slow. Exhale, place hands on the hips. We'll step forward to the front of the mat, feet together. And next inhalation, hands rise up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, hands towards the floor. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale, walk up to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to look at your thumbs, walk up, float or fly through to your seat. Feet together, knees apart. Baddha Konasana. You can hold your feet outside or inside edges, keep the feet together or open them like a book. Stay seated or forward fold. All the options. Anything you like here. We'll stay for a few of our deepest breaths so far. Ujjayi pranayama through the nose, building connection and awareness here. Gently inhale to rise from here. And we'll take the left foot. You can leave the right knee as it is, open to the side. Take the left knee and just switch it. So now the left knee comes next to the right foot. Doesn't really matter the angle in the knees. We'll inhale both hands up. Twist to gaze over the right shoulder, bringing the hands back down. So the left hand might land near the right knee, right hand behind you on the floor. Draw in at the belly. Next inhalation, the hands come high. You can either switch your feet with your hands in the air, or if it's easier, you could put the hands on the ground. Now left knee points to left side and the right foot points to the right side. Really both feet do. As you twist now to the left, right hand can come towards the left knee. Belly draws into center space so you don't fall over here to help lift through the spine. Gaze over right shoulder. You can still lean into that hand as you help to twist from the center at the abdominals. Backhand, I mean. Left hand. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to release. We'll bring both legs straight out in front of us for a Paschimottanasana variation. Seated forward fold over two long legs. You can bend the knees or keep them straight, but do flex the ankles a little bit. Adjust the sits bones if you need to, and then inhale to reach forward, hands on floor or feet. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to repeat that breath one or two more times. Inhale, look up, lengthen, open heart. Exhale, fold. One more if you want it. Inhale to look up, lengthen, open. And exhale to fold, staying in forward fold here for a few breaths. Maybe closing that attention. Noticing prana or energy in the body. Next inhale, look up and away. Exhale to release. Moving through a rolling vinyasa if you like. So rocking and rolling on the spine. If not, you could hug the knees to the chest, either seated or reclined. Rounding the back body. Massaging the spine. And then we'll all meet laying down on the back. So once you do finish whatever you're doing, we'll all recline onto the back, taking happy baby. So either knees to chest or bringing the knees wide and bringing the big toes to wrap around, fingers to wrap around the big toes. Or you could grab ankles, sides of feet, backs of knees. stillness or movement here in Happy Baby Ananda Balasana. Gently release both feet back to the floor, keeping the feet parallel for bridging. We're going to move towards bridge, full back bend. We'll start with Setu Bandhasana or bridge. So hands by the heels, palms flat on the floor, feet flat on the floor, and then drawing the lower abdominals in. See if you can get the lower back to flatten towards the floor. Might not go all the way, but keep the belly drawing in, the feet firm and active, knees parallel. Inhale to lift the hips up, holding bridge wherever you're comfortable this morning. Fullness of the inhale, fullness of the exhale. Exhale the hips down to the floor. Take your time. And then you can repeat that same lift of the hips or place the hands flat on the floor by the ears for Urdhva Dhanurasana, either top of head or lifting off of the upper body entirely. Entry is the same, so feet firm, low back flat, hands firm, and then when you're ready, lift the tailbone and the low back, follow your breath all the way into whichever variation you've chosen today. 5 breaths. Exhaling when you're ready to come back down with control, no rush to get there. And draw the knees back to the chest or find whatever counter postures feel good. I'll take us through a reclined spinal twist next. So we'll start with both legs long on the floor. Inhale, the right leg comes up. We'll just stretch this right leg first. You can keep the knee bent or straighten the leg, pulling it towards you. On an exhale, round the chin towards the chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. And then put the head back down on the floor. So again, right leg could be straight or knee could be bent. We'll take the left hand now, guiding that right leg to left side. Any variation of this twist that you like, including the option to catch your foot behind the back. That would be catching the left foot with the right hand. Same thing with the arms and the upper body, whatever feels best. Maybe gaze over right shoulder or opening the arms to a T if they're not bound. Find some deepness in the breath here. Draw the mind inward back to intention. Gently release your body from this twist, whichever variation you came. Come back through center space and extend the legs long as you feel ready. The legs long will inhale left foot towards the sky. Can hold on with one or two hands, bent knee or straight leg. On an exhale, round the chin towards the chest, lengthening into this posture. Exhaling, head back down to the floor, or inhaling. Nice. Crossing left foot over to right side. Again, any variation that you like here is perfect. I've been finding my preference on spinal twists really changes by the day. So whatever works for you works for me. Find your breath. Draw the mind back when it wanders. Coming back through center space whenever you feel ready, releasing the twist. We've got about 2 or 3 minutes here to put our feet up in the air. You could take any inversion that you like. You can move through a vinyasa and come to down dog, which totally counts as an inversion, heart overhead. Put your feet up a wall, any variation, or headstand, handstand, forearm stand are all available to you. So let's take the next 2 minutes to decide what works best for our bodies today. Maybe the feet are elevated, maybe not. A few more moments to be intentional with the breath, present with the body before we release breath and body, moving into our final meditation of Shavasana. So again, that whole physical practice is, of course, designed to do good things for our physical body, but also our mental and emotional bodies. So as you come towards Shavasana, towards our final rest, really focusing on the intention here, connection, awareness, knowing that hopefully we did enough so our physical body can find some comfort when we come to rest and stillness. Same thing with the mental, emotional body. Hopefully we have a few gaps in our thoughts or even these microsecond spaces between one thought to the next that counts. Noticing when the thoughts wander away, bring them back to the breath. 1 more minute here. Ujjayi pranayama, controlled breathing still through the nose. Mula bandha, control at the base of the spine, the pelvic floor, slightly active always. And gently bringing the feet back to the floor when you're ready. Wow, that was a quick minute. Usually the minutes feel long for me when I say 1 minute left. You can take yourself back to the floor any way that feels good. Move through any final motions, breaths, or transitions that you need to find yourself a happy Shavasana, a comfy Shavasana, a space where Shavasana can at least be still. Physical body first, so challenging that physical body to find somewhere it can rest, which we know can be a challenge. So allowing yourself time and space to find Shavasana today physically, and then allowing the breath to relax. So rather than the controlled breathing we've maintained throughout the entire class, we're going to let that go. Just let the breath do its own thing. And then same with Mula Bandha, any engagements in the physical body, release and let go. The eyes can come to close or a soft, single pointed focus. Perhaps bringing the mind to the heart center or the third eye center to help hold focus in a single point. The word connection or awareness if the mind wanders far. And then giving the mind the joy of observation, of just noticing this moment as it is. A few more minutes in Shavasana. And softly begin to guide your mind back into this space if it's not here already. Just remembering awareness, connection, the intention of the practice to be here now. Noticing the body, noticing the breath, noticing the prana, connections made between body and mind. And cherishing this moment of stillness and silence for as long as you like. Really, you could stay here forever, as long as you're able, as long as you like, or if you do feel ready or inclined to come back now, you're welcome to follow my cues by beginning to lengthen your breath through the nose once again. Long, slow, and patient inhales, followed by long, slow, and patient exhales. With these long, slow breaths, cultivating some gratitude for the physical body, the mental, emotional body, the energetic body, spiritual body, all these parts of you that come together to make you complete and whole, to allow you to be here now. And with this gratitude, with this breath, maybe beginning to move the physical body if you haven't yet, rolling to one side or wiggling and shaking your way eventually to a seated position, taking as many movements and breaths as you like to arrive there. Whether it's now or later, you choose, take as much time as you need, as many breaths as you like. As you do make your way closer to seated, you can have the eyes open or the eyes closed, coming to rest with the hands on the knees or the palms together in front of heart center. Again, your choice. And of course, gratitude carries with us throughout the entire practice. Hopefully, and the intention does as well, knowing that really what we do right here, right now is just the beginning of our practice. And the real work will happen when we leave the comforts and stillness of our yoga mats. I'll finish with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, peace, 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 followed by the sound of one Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for your practice. Thank you so much for your time. The cats continue to crack me up at the end of practice. They're ready to rock and roll. It's the weekend. Happy weekend, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Vinyasa practice. Thanks for being here. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Adios, amigos. See you next time. Benny says bye. Meow, meow.